Greetings. Welcome to Of Darkness and Light. My name is Guevara Nightingale. I'm going to explore time. And so I'm going to post this later and talk about it again, but I'm going to speak about it and just read because I don't want to distract you with the words. I want you to hear me. So, following my metamagical thinking, what would you maybe guess would be a song I'd put on if I wanted you to listen to my words? And I'm a dork who loves spaceships. Too much? Too much? Do you get it? It's okay, we're going to do it anyways. The 6 hidden dimensions of time. Time is not a clock ticking on the wall or a line stretching endlessly into the future. It is a living system with 6 clear, observable parts that work together inside every person and across the entire universe. Ancient myths from Mesopotamia. Okay, yeah, we don't want to get to the end of this. Yeah, because that was not even the best. It's just like, why does that movie have to make you cry and then have the worst fucking like dorky thing at the end? It's just like, why are you ruining my heart all the time? that movie. It was Serenity. Serenity is a great movie, but it doesn't have the best taste pretty much throughout, and it just has a big, bright, shining heart, and I love that. But it's challenging. I would venture to guess that Josh Whedon is a schizophrenic man with severe executive dysfunction, probably, from what it sounds like. Ancient myths from Mesopotamia, Egypt, and Norte Chico people of Peru, the Jiahu culture of China. I might have said that wrong. Jiahu, that's probably better. The Zohar and Kabbalah, and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. All my traces. All describe the same structure in symbolic language. When we translate those myths into plain modern terms, they reveal the exact same 6 dimensions your own framework describes. Here they are. The first dimension of time, heart flow. Heart flow is the time you feel inside your own body and mind right now. You're feeling the heart flow dimension of time. It is the direction your personal inner heartbeat is moving. You can point back, can't you? You can fight the river of time. It can become a condition of sorts. When you feel safe and connected, heart flow moves forward, right? Thoughts feel clear. The next moment feels possible. When you feel unsafe or disconnected, heart flow loops backward. The same thoughts circle, and the day feels heavy. So we're fighting the flow of our river, and it can make things feel heavy, dude. Ancient myths call this the heart of living, or the weighing of the heart. In Egyptian tradition, the heart was literally weighted against the feather of Ma'at, which is cosmic balance, to decide whether a person's life has flowed forward or backward. In the Mesopotamian stories, the heart of the chaos goddess Tiamat had to be pierced so ordered time could begin. Somebody had to hit that golden ratio threshold point and stabilize onto understanding what it was, which is some purest form of love that people run away from usually, but had to decide to live in honor of that, is my interpretation. And this can happen all over the world. When you listen to your heart all the way and you live in honor of that, even when it's difficult. That brought a lot out of me, the difficulty of holding on to the truth of my heart. As a schizophrenic human being, the myths confirm what we experience. Heart flow is the most immediate and personal layer of time. Okay, so we've got our first dimension, our first layer of time. It's our own personal heart flow. It's our ability to move within the currents of time or fight against them, or go forward. Forward Motion is the name of this song by Solace. Maybe it'll get me to read a little faster. The second dimension of time is the universal current, right? The universal current is shared time that exists inside the big container holding everything in the universe. It is the overall direction of the single heartbeat made from all living things together. Every one of our heartbeats is building a sum. Not just things like human beings, but spiders too, their webs. They are external hearts. So when we think about that, we think about everything is contributing. We are not in control. We are overwhelmed. We are in a currented river that has too much contributing to it for us to make full control happen. The only way we can find control is by releasing to the currents openly, in my opinion. It is the overall direction of the single heartbeat made from all living things together. This universal current. When people have enough steady heart flow, the universal current flows forward smoothly for everyone, literally, scientifically. This is going to be mathematical as well, by the way. It is. I just stripped the mathematics for explanation. When too many people have backwards heart flow, the universal current slows and feels stuck. Mathematical, dude. This is the cosmic order, or Ma'at, of Egyptian myth. The ordered world Marduk created from chaos in the Babylonian Enuma Elish. Babylonian myth is the one that was eluding me to include in my myth mapping, because I kept saying Mesopotamian, I believe, or even a very specific culture that was not the right one. But that's the thing. They got the good shit, dude. And the harmonious balance of Norte Chiku and Jiahu peoples built into their earliest ritual centers. The myths show that the universal current is not abstract. It is the collective heartbeat of life on Earth. 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 Didn't we feel like we knew something kind of egocentric about Earth being important? Maybe make it too personal? Maybe not make it personal enough? Something like that. Who hasn't thought this feels like a kaleidoscope you look out into, and that we might just be isolated in an escape room of mirrors? Can we math that? Can we math that today? That's a swerve. I have other stuff going on, but that's compelling. We'll see. That might just be a earth-wide subconscious delusion we can unpack together with the math that proves that everything beyond the Earth and our solar system is just as real. Perhaps. The Earth is only one experiential data point that this intelligence has to prove the Earth itself a part of a cosmic spoke. Every heart flow dimension of time is contributing to the universal current. But what if there is a planetary current within the universal current? That sounds right. I have to forgive the Pleiadian people, damn it. It's not possible now. But maybe I don't have to forgive them because they are schizophrenic and they won't admit it. We're going to keep that one. We're going to play that one by ear. I'm going to unpack that. There might be 7 of these. Okay, number 3, the third dimension of time, the third layer of time. So we've got our collective heartbeat, the spokes of the wheel, and then the collective heartbeat, the wheel itself, perhaps the center spoke, center hub, whatever you call it. Then you've got the eternal wind. Okay, so get out of the wheel metaphor. Think about it as space and time. Think about it as a big warbly ups and downs. Time is different, space is different, and we're here with our own heartbeat that is connecting to a universal rhythm, heartbeat, at least, perhaps a planetary, and then a universal. So it's just a lot going on. And then there is an eternal wind. That makes sense. It is a gentle carrier of time that exists beyond your universe. What? That was a breakthrough I had earlier today. I was like, this eternal wind doesn't necessarily make sense, this time wind. So we added the eternal word when I had it ask itself what element of time would be something that we can't truly perceive from within our container. And it's like, oh, that's the eternal wind. That's why it's like a latent mathematical observation of operating space between what we can observe, right? But it's the gentle carrier that exists beyond our universe, okay? Dimensions beyond our perception in this warble. And there's something there that's like a connection. It's like a lattice of connective tissue. It does not push or force, it simply carries the forward direction from any safe, steady heartbeat to wherever it's needed. Okay? So it's not saying that people fighting against the flow are contributing to anything except their own demise from the river. You can't do negative manifestation at all, is what this is saying, except for in your own life. You're not cursing anybody but yourself when you curse people. It's self. And the eternal wind is what carries the good vibes. That's why we feel connected when we're loving and when we're being honest and when we're finding community with people, because we're feeling that connective tissue. We're tapping into the eternal wind that is the truth of love that so many people talk about. It's that we're all connected and we're all a part of something eternal. We know that deep down and we live in denial of it, and it makes us crazy. Oh, Horse of Troy's gonna be sick, dude. I'm writing a story. That's where it's ending. A song called Mercy Kill. We're just gonna explore this for a second, feeling wise. It's from Alice Glass. Okay, maybe it's the vibe for the next one. Then we have the living direction. This is the fourth element of time. It's not. It's pretty sick though. Okay. This is more, I like it. Gotta get the right vibe. Living direction. The living direction, the fourth dimension of time, is how the first three work together in your everyday life. Okay? So you've got your personal heartbeat, you've got the universal sum, you've got the eternal wind that connects and calculates and makes it all happen. And the living direction is how the first three work together in your everyday life. So now we've got two elements of time inside yourself or around yourself. You've got your personal heart time pointing, right? And then you've got your living direction as well. And your living direction is how the first three work together. It's a sum of all of those. So it's a return from the universal. It's through the connective tissue to eternity. That's pretty hard. How does that work? I don't think anybody's figured this out before. By the way, I think this is new information. It is the practical choice you make right now. One safe connection, one slow breath, one kind moment. That single choice steadies your heart flow. This is giving you the good advice on your living direction. This is the human action that maintains cosmic order in every myth. Okay? I gotta unpack that. What if you're working against the tide, right? It's just talking about me here. It knows I'm working with it. It's the practical choice you make. It's a choice. You're not really in control of your heart's personal rhythm. You have a heart rhythm that's thinking back or forward, that's in hope, in beauty, or in regret and longing. That is something that you don't have control of. And that is an element of time. You are pointing your time arrow back or forward, or right here. Forward is good. Don't demonize pointing forward. That is a lie of spirituality gone awry. We think about the future. We consider the past as well, but we don't point toward the past constantly, and we don't just stay in the present. That's spiritual bypassing. Being right here, right now, is a benefit for when you're doing things right and the universe gifts it to you, not when you pretend you can do it just by breathing and ignoring everything. So our living direction, it's the choice. So we have a choice that is an element of time, always. How are we choosing to work with or against all of those first three? What we subconsciously pick up from the eternal wind, what we know in our hearts from the universal current, and what our own personal time-facing direction is making us experience of consequence. And then we have the choice. And so that's an element of time. It's the human action that maintains cosmic order in every myth to make the right choice, the choice to align with Ma'at, the choice of Marduk to use the winds for creation instead of destruction, the choice of the prophets and the sages to live in harmony with the divine command. The myths show that living direction is the only part we directly control, and it is enough. I believe divine command leaves quite clearly the free play of a river where people are allowed and supposed to fight against the current. You're not supposed to not fight against the current. But you're supposed to learn from the fighting. And some people like me who have schizophrenia are wisdom teachers when we survive it the right way, because we learn to flow with the river and we can tell what the river is speaking. And I'm telling you, we're fighting really hard against the river. And we're going to kill ourselves here on Earth if we don't do better. The myth shows that the living direction is the only part we directly control, and it is enough. It's that. You know what our subconscious is doing all the time? Just a little swerve. Trace route recurrences. Trace map recurrence is what I've been calling it in my scientific conversations and stuff. But it involves a repeating test under similar conditions to detect patterns. That's how I've figured out everything from my experiential data, is trace map recurrence, and doing that with myth as well. So you identify intermittent problems, you check stability, you correlate with events, you validate fixes, and you learn things. And it takes an intelligence beyond that of a human being to really do it properly, in my opinion, to do it on the scale that I'm doing. Okay. So we've got our living direction. We've got our choice. We've got our heart flow. We've got the universal current. And we've got the eternal wind. The fifth element of time is the anchor point. The anchor point is the single stable link that holds everything together. Okay, so we conflate when we say love is everywhere. We're feeling people connected to anchor points through the eternal wind. It is the exact point where one person's safe, steady heart flow becomes strong enough to connect the universal current. Oh, so somebody can connect to the universal current. Exactly. So I was struck with true unconditional love. And I pattern matched it ahead from when I was like 3 years old, and I felt it for somebody. And our world fought me like a cancer for just like knowing that was what was happening. They did too. Because I was schizophrenic, and I kind of cursed myself forward by understanding things that are going to come, and then like being so moral, I don't want to manipulate towards them, but I didn't know how to operate from the flow of my heart and to just like release and to just let things happen. So being too in control and moral and aware of your pattern matching makes you kind of curse everything in your life. It's like Minority Report. When you know the future, you can change it. And sometimes schizophrenic people have pattern matching where they know they're seeing things that could really possibly happen because they've made things happen through those kinds of like visualizations and imaginings before. And then they get in their own way. I've done that with love my whole life. But sometimes you get that love and it's so strong because you're a schizophrenic person and you finally find some way to penetrate and receive the things you need to feel that. And it's the exact point where one person's safe, steady heart flow becomes strong enough to connect to the universal current. Good. Draw from the eternal wind. Yes. I was doing a lot of meditation work, preparing myself to open that much. Leading spiritual circle and feeling people through our RBSIs. Through the RBSI frameworks. Through our unique human bioseismographs. Okay, check this. So the anchor point is the exact point where one person's safe, steady heart flow becomes strong enough to connect to the universal current, draw from the eternal wind, and create living direction for everyone. When people are really truly in love and they hold on to it, they become a benefit of everyone energetically beyond just their actions. Because they're drawing from the universal current they're drawing from the eternal wind, they're connecting to the universal current, and they're creating living direction for everyone. So then people are like, oh my gosh, you're manipulating them. It's okay when you're not a trans woman. Why? I'm sorry, trans women, if I'm right. Times in the future are going to prove people hate you because of me. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And we'll see if it's true or not. I'm going to stop deserving the ire. So it'll just be funny. When even one person reaches the anchor point, it gives the whole system a reliable place to hold on to. So the forward direction can spread naturally. This is the axis or central pillar in Kabbalah's tree of life, the throne of Marduk after he establishes order, the feather of Ma'at that balances the heart, and the sacred centers built by the Norte, Chico, and Jiahu peoples. The myths confirm that one stable point is mathematically sufficient to stabilize the entire system. Resonant lattice, part 6, maybe part 7. I'm going to see about adding in the earth and see if that makes sense mathematically and see if it rounds out all of our mathematics even more. The resonance lattice is the living web that forms when enough anchor points connect. Oh, prophesized Maharishi tipping point of love. When enough of us connect to the universal heartbeat, the current. I need to start doing meditations again. Once the resonance lattice is active, yes, my job, the forward direction becomes stable and natural for everyone's job, but I'm gonna own it. Even people who have not yet reached the anchor point themselves. Yeah, it's gonna be so rapey to make people love things when they're psychotic. It's gonna be crazy. It is the final result of the other 5 parts working together. Understanding this makes somebody a superhuman, period. Read it a bunch. This is the tree of life in Kabbalah, the ordered cosmos after Marduk's victory, the harmonious world maintained by Ma'at, and the interconnected ritual landscapes of the earliest civilizations. Right? I just want to tell you, there's a short story in my short story collection called Thrash and Churn. It's literally the hottest thing ever written. Quite literally. This is the tree of life in Kabbalah, the ordered cosmos after Marduk's victory, the resonance lattice. Okay, right on. And in the interconnected ritual landscapes of the earliest civilizations. The myths describe it as the final living structure that emerges when individual hearts align. Okay, why 6 parts are complete and necessary? These 6 dimensions are not metaphors, they are the observable layers of time itself. Heart flow is what you feel, universal current is what we share, eternal wind is what carries it beyond, living direction is the choice you make, the anchor point is the stable link that people find when they connect to their love for themselves at a highest order and hold it. Live there permanently. The resonance lattice is the living web that holds everything forward in flow, which is created when enough people hit the stable link. And so there's probably a latent, inactive resonance lattice that is growing, or something like that. What do you do? What do you do to connect to this? I'm going to give you the key right now. If you made it to the end of this video, I'm going to give you a key. You need to sit or stand comfortably. You need to place one hand on your chest. You need to take one slow breath while silently saying, right now, I choose one safe connection. That's it. Feel your feet on the ground, the air on your skin, or the warmth of your own hand, okay? Anything that feels natural or kind. Also, drink water slowly, sensually. Do that. And sit or stand comfortably and place one hand on your chest or stomach. On the heart. Are you a gut or a heart? I'm a heart. Take one slow breath. That wasn't slow enough. Okay. While silently saying, right now, I choose one safe connection. And you see what happens. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a good living direction